One of the most common questions that I received since I started the channel is when people sometimes just jump into a random video and they don't know exactly what I healed from. So many of them ask the question, what did you heal from? And I get it. I get it. People want to know because it helps. Some people, like, oh, if they had a similar condition, they will see, okay, she managed to heal, so I can heal as well. Listening and watching testimonials about people healing from a condition that you suffer from can be really reassuring and helpful and giving you more faith that it's possible. But ever since I healed myself, even before that, but let's just go back to my healing. After watching all the testimonials on Joe Dispenza's community, and also using the experience of all the holistic courses that I did in the past as a holistic and my work as a holistic practitioner, I spent years and years researching and studying body and mind connection, and also reading about all sorts of healing testimonials, not just from Joe Dispenza, but people from all over the world just experiencing instantaneous healings. And the main message from this video is, it doesn't matter what condition you are suffering from. It doesn't matter if it's something that you have seen testimonials about on Joe Dispenza's community or somewhere else. It really doesn't matter. Everything can be healed. Absolutely everything can be healed. And I'm saying it with 100% conviction. Because even if there are not many people healing a particular condition, it doesn't mean that it's not curable. Even if there are no testimonials about a specific condition, it doesn't mean that it's not curable. So if you want to base your faith in your recovery just purely on how many testimonials there are available, you are taking the power away from yourself. You are basically giving the power out to something external there in 3D reality, which has nothing to do with you. Now, Joe Dispenza talks about the 4-minute mile, where people do the healing of a certain condition for the first time, where when they become those examples that this as well is possible. So, for example, the first person who healed from cancer, then the first person who healed from ALS, then the first person who healed from MS, then the first person who healed from, a thyroid condition, where the thyroid actually recently regrew. Like it's just like the body produced a new thyroid. And when you listen to some recent interviews with Joe Dispenza, where he gets asked a question about, do you believe if there are any limits with this work? And he says openly, even not long ago he did. He didn't believe everything was possible. But now, with the results that he can see within his community, he basically says no, he no longer believes there are any limits. The only limit there is what we believe in. And this is something that I wanted to say. It really is not about what sort of condition you are healing. It's not that your body, why would your body be able to heal this and not that? Why are the people who are able to heal stage 4 cancer with metastases, where they've got like weeks to live, and suddenly everything disappears, where there is, from the 3D perspective, there is no hope. It's too late. it's too late for the body to reverse this sort of advanced state of illness. And yet it happens. So what would make you think, or what makes you think that the glitch that you have in your body, whatever that is, because all of it is just a glitch, what makes you think that your body is unable to fix that glitch? Like, can you give me an example? Can you give me something that's going to convince me, because I can't find anything? It's almost like saying that the body has got some sort of, I don't know, it's got a program to heal from this, but it's got no program to heal from that. It is completely illogical. It makes no sense. This sort of approach and belief is so limiting and is so untrue that it can only be called a limiting belief. This is just something that we have been told and taught to believe from the 3D perspective, thinking, yeah, some conditions, these conditions, but like, I don't know, 100 years ago, tuberculosis was incurable. And this became curable even within the regular medical care. In the past, there was no cure for cancer, even within a regular traditional medical approach. And now, people are able to get better. So even within 3D, things have changed, let alone when we use the power of our divine element, of when we tune into our divinity. I mean, come on. I have no idea why anybody could be tempted to believe that there are some sort of limits where we surrender to the divine. Why would you? It's like saying to God, yeah, you can heal this, but you can't heal that. So, and yes, and most people would say to me, yeah, for God everything is possible, but not for me. But then this is your belief. Then this is you imposing limitation on yourself. But who are you? Ask yourself this question: who are you? This is this is the biggest question you need to ask yourself. Who are you? If you truly believe you are this little human completely disconnected from God, and there is this God out there and you are here, and you just have to, I don't know, trust and hope for the mercy of this divine power that will or will not do the healing for you, then this is what you're going to experience. And this is why the faith, the belief, has to be done not from the perspective of a little human begging God for mercy. It's about raising your awareness, raising your consciousness to the point where you understand that you are one with this unlimited divine power. You are one. All spiritual teachers talk about it. Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, the most famous ones. Joe Dispenza, he talks about it. The divine lives in you. Like when you listen to those meditations, probably some of you have done them many, many times. The divine lives in you. It's in your body. It is your body. And all you need to do is allow this wonderful, loving intelligence to do the healing for you. And not say, oh yeah, I trust you can heal this, but you can't heal this. Like come on. This intelligence created you. This intelligence created the whole of the universe, or multiverse. Things which are completely beyond our comprehension. How beautifully everything has been created and organized and orchestrated. And it knows every single, it knows your operating system. It knows exactly what needs to be done for the healing to happen. It's your inventor. You were invented by this intelligence. It knows every single aspect of you, physically, mentally, energetically, all of it. There is nothing. It's like, but the only thing we do, like they say, and Neville Goddard says, the only reason why you are not seeing the manifestation of your desire is because you are not believing it. So the lack of belief, the lack of faith is stopping you from seeing your manifestation in physical reality. That's the only thing. When you create with God, not begging God, but when you create as God, as source, and with the source, when you realize how powerful you are, when you just lay all the trust without questioning, without trying to be smarter than the divine, without trying to find yet another formula, another teacher, another video, another book, that maybe in that book I'm going to learn something that I don't know yet. Maybe those books will help you raise your consciousness. And that's the main reason why you should be reading them. That's the main reason why you should be watching some of the spiritual teachers, to raise your consciousness. Because you won't find any other information apart from the main message that all of them are sending in all different ways, describing, talking about it in from all different angles, just to try to help people understand the main concept. You are one with God. You need to basically just allow yourself to leave the matrix to the point where you are able to receive and you feel worthy to receive. But if you doubt, and if you keep saying things like, there are not enough testimonials about this particular condition, so it's hard for me to believe and to understand, that's the main thing that trips you. That's the main thing that you are giving your power away. You are basically saying that the conditions out there are the things that create your reality. But as we know from most spiritual teachers, there is no reality out there. There's only a reflection of you. Everything you see around, including the condition of your body, is the reflection of your inner state. So how does it even matter how many testimonials there are? People do miracles all over the world every single day. People heal by faith alone. They don't meditate day and night. They don't do diets. They don't do any sort of crazy things, even visualizations or anything. Some people are able to connect with the divine energy, with the divine, and have so much faith that they basically, that's enough for them. Just like in the Bible, just say your word, like Jesus said. But it takes so much faith. But if we doubt, then we are limiting the amount of divine energy that can flow to us and through us. I would say we can have everything. We can have everything. And having faith is the only condition of us actually receiving and seeing it. And I've been practicing this myself. Obviously, first was my healing when I just went in and I trusted 100%. I wasn't desperate, but I trusted. I just trusted and surrendered. And, I personally know of people who heal from things like HIV. When I did my course in microbioenergetics, Dr. Ojeda talks about cases that he treated himself. Well, obviously, you would probably not see many testimonials for that. There's so many things people don't even talk about, but they heal. It's possible to heal. HIV is linked to the emotion of shame and guilt, sexual shame. That's why there were so many cases in the 80s where there was so much shame to do with homosexuality. Now the emotion is barely existent. That's why the cases, the numbers fall down. There's still fear of the virus, so some people do get ill. But so that case that I know of, the person, there's a combination of sexual guilt and being in solitude with it, when you basically are scared to come out, and this can trigger a HIV virus, like I was saying in my previous videos. And as far as I know, it can be eradicated by just eliminating the emotion, just like with any other viruses and other pathogens. And with other conditions, as we know, it's all emotional. Some sort of glitch happened, either in our life or in inherited, the genetics as they call it. The way the doctors look at genetics, nobody obviously looks at it like it's a trapped emotion passed down from generation to generation, some sort of unexpressed energy that eventually finds expression and somebody gets sick, somebody gets a tumor, somebody gets some sort of imbalance in whatever systems. And because we don't have, or most people don't have tools to look into the emotional root cause of an illness. I mean, obviously there are therapies, there are things people do, but it's considered woo-woo, and it's supposed to be like, no, you shouldn't be doing it. Luckily, it's getting better. More and more people turn into holistic medicine because that's the way to go. I'm definitely not shaming holistic practitioners. People suddenly realize that it's all emotional. And as soon as you release this energy, and this is what it is. All you need to do for any sort of condition you have to find this little one thing, or possibly a couple of things, which have caused the glitch in your body. So for some people it can be some sort of trauma. For some people it can be something they inherited from parents. It's possible to find out. You don't even need a practitioner for that. You can if you want. They can help. There are therapies like body code, emotion code. Things can be, there's shamanic practices. There's like all sorts of things where the release can happen naturally. And people do it and people heal. Because that's how you do it. You go and look for the root. Or if you don't want to do that, you just surrender. Because you don't always need to know what it is. But as long as you surrender and say, I trust that I'm going to be healed because God wants me healed, this is what's going to happen. But if you keep panicking, if you keep looking and trying to control, the God looks at you and says, okay, you want to control? You've got free will, carry on. But don't ask me for help. You either want to heal yourself or you are trusting me. Because some things can be slightly beyond your control at a certain stage. So sometimes trusting and surrendering is the only way to heal. And if you don't believe in this work, if you are doing it only because it worked for others but you don't believe it's going to work for you, you are sabotaging the process from the beginning. You have to have a reasonable amount of belief in this work to achieve and see some results. If you are doing it only because some people said it worked for them, but you don't actually feel it, you don't resonate with it, you don't think it's going to do the trick for you, then don't force yourself. Find a different way. But most people tend to overcomplicate the whole process of healing. They believe they have to do all sorts of things, you know, the diet, the therapies, you know, all of these are just helpers. I mean, yeah, if you believe that the diet is going to fix you, then it can fix you. You can just do a placebo from anything you believe in. If you believe, I don't know, water from a certain stream is going to heal you, and if you believe it 100%, it's going to do it, because it's just a permission slip for you to heal. It's just a permission slip. You believe in something, so you believe that it's possible. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as you believe that this something is going to heal you, you are allowing yourself to heal. That's how it works. That's how a permission slip works. That's how Ho'oponopono works. That's how when people go to sacred locations and they believe that a picture of Mary that has done healings in the past for other people, they believe that they will be healed by looking at the picture or doing a pilgrimage to a certain location. That's another permission slip. If you believe that the holy water is going to heal you, it will. But if you don't, then you need to ask yourself a question: what do you believe in? Because there needs to be a belief in something. If you don't believe in your recovery in general, then you need to do work on just this bit. You have to debunk and get rid of the belief or lack of belief. You have to find the way to believe. Find it within your heart. I don't know how you want to find it. Ask God to help you with that. Ask your spirit guides. Find out who your spirit guide is. That's also possible. They will give you signs. Faith, since biblical times, has been the main thing that has decided human, I don't know, outcomes for people. You believe or you don't believe. That's just yes or no. To be or not to be. You believe or you don't believe. And do not underestimate the power of faith, because that's all it is. And if you keep going up and down, you believe one day and then you don't believe the next day, that's not belief. That's not faith. That's trying to believe. You cannot be trying to believe. You have to believe. It has to be like this North Star in the sky for you. This is what it is to believe. You believe. And obviously belief is believing in something that's not visible. So you cannot say you're going to believe when you see more testimonials. That's not belief. I hope all of you will find the faith in your own recovery, because this is the main thing that's needed for healing. That really is the main thing, the very main thing. You can try all sorts of things. You can do all sorts of things. You can hear and see things. But there's one common thing in all miraculous healings. People believed they could heal. If you watched testimonials from Joe Dispenza's work or any other work, if you just Google testimonials, healing testimonials, instantaneous healings, that's what Joe Dispenza studied at the beginning when he started his work. He just studied people's successful stories. And you will find people heal using all sorts of different techniques. Prayer, meditation, fasting, anything. If you believe it's going to heal you, it will. If you believe that just believing in God is going to heal you, it will. If you don't have this 100% belief that just believing that God is going to heal you, but you need to do some additional bits, do the additional bits. Whatever it is that you believe is going to make you trust more. It has to resonate with your heart. It has to be something you are sure of. It has to be like There's no other alternative. Because if you keep spiraling and doubting and fearing, you're just going the opposite direction. And if you're saying that you have done it, I've done it before and it hasn't worked, but perhaps there's two things that may have happened. You haven't done it long enough, and number two, you haven't done it fully. Maybe you think you have surrendered, but subconsciously there was this tiny, tiny, tiny little dark thought. What if it's not going to work? Or a really like a proper belief, no, I can't heal this. Then you have to destroy that. Use all sorts of tools, but you can. You can. You are the master of your life. So stop playing the victim. Stop looking for answers outside of you. You need to change your inner state to be able to see a different reflection in the mirror. There is no other way. There just isn't. I hope this helps.